last y'all were here, a lot of things happened. Cadillac became Old Blue Eyes as he took on the kiss of the Frostmaiden. He managed to capture the codicil of white that Valian Harpel is anxiously flipping through and recording, translating spells and things. You discovered a poem in the book written in Elvish called the Rime of the Frostmaiden. It is the poem that must be recited in its original language before the glacier to unlock. And the text says, that which the maiden hath preserved. You are headed towards that very glacier to unlock the ancient Netherese city that you've learned is named Yithrin. That Valian tells you that multiple people of her order are seeking, including Valish Gaunt, you abandoned at the prison of Revel's Inn, herself, another wizard that possessed Kenny Murray's character the last time that had died in her pursuits for the very same artifact, having died here. You recovered a professorial orb that previously belonged to Valian, a wise Mr. Belvedere type named Professor Skunt. Professor Skunt. You found Professor Skunt, Valian Harpel's professorial orb that had been taken by another competitor and member of the Arcane Brotherhood that was also seeking this, that had possessed Leonard briefly. You were able to then leave this island of Solstice after the collapse of the Fortress of Grimscale, the Frostmaiden's fortress. Realizing that the Frostmaiden was weakened after you had defeated her earthly avatar, a couple of her earthly avatars in combat, and have destroyed and taken her most sacred texts, for the first time, the never-ending winter seems within the ability to break, as she has no longer been able to cast the spell that maintains this everlasting curse. We're still wrapped in winter. You've not been able to reverse it yet. You've learned that the secrets lie potentially with ancient Netherese technology, where there was amazing tech, basically, that was able to control the weather. You've had a small taste of this earlier in this adventure after discovering a similar device in a black cabin in the far north that had been discovered by a local gnomish creator. You've encountered aliens along the way that have aided you in resetting time. You've stopped an attempt to conquer the surface world by an underworld warlord. You've prevented the death and destruction of the people of the north through various threats that are closing in on them more and more. The greatest threat still remains, finally banishing the never-ending winter. You guys have made your way to the far north city of Caer Konig as you begin to outfit your journey. And to Caer Konig is where I will take you now. As soon as I figure out where that is.
I think that makes the most sense. Does anybody else have other thoughts in the intervening week?
I guess before I take you there,
There's nothing that's particularly close to the Ragged Glacier, but it seemed like that was the closest.
I think that makes sense.
you arrive at Caer Konig, a familiar sight. The one less toot, and Valian Harpel is with you. Of course, I won't necessarily put her on the map right now. She's not that important. And Zarya is with you as well. The whole world is still wrapped in winter. You recall Sonar, your mummy that you had left just on the outskirts of town here, shed a small tear for his destruction. You had previously set out from this town on a journey to find the weapon that prophecy had foretold would be useful in defeating the Frostmaiden. that now Cadillac Granite Cuts wields is found on top of the highest peak of Kelvin's Cairn. Tell me, what are you guys doing here in Cairconic before you begin your journey outwards?
I'm voting for arrest.
Yeah. You're able to do that. The local inn at Cairconic is available to you. There are a couple of.
I assume we would have done that sort of in the journey there at some point in time, but
yeah, you would have taken a rest somewhere along the road for sure, but you've sort of arrived here. The major tavern in town is a place called the Hook, Line, and Sinker. And as you arrive in town, the locals look at you and they say, "Oi, it be you all." One of the locals who says, Speaker Trovis be wanting to speak with you. He'd been asking about you ever since the incident with old Sunblight, eh?
Was Speaker Trovis, Jeff, remind me, was he the Dragonborn?
Yes, he was the drunken Dragonborn that is the Speaker of Cairconic. You had messaged him and told him about the plot, as you had learned about the Dwergar plot to overthrow the surface land, and had put a stop to that. And he was part of your communique from East Haven about that whole plot. He's the drunkard Dragonborn. Trovus appears before you all and says, I don't remember his voice. We're going to say he's a Scotsman. Comes up and he puts his arms around you, and he has alcohol in his breath, and he burps a little bit, and a little fire comes out. And he says, I never got the chance to thank you all for what you did. The saviors of this land. Please, come on, join me. We'll head over to the tavern. Grab a drink at the Hook, Line, Sinker. Tell me your tales of great deeds going forth. You had previously helped him. The Dwergar had been stealing articles of Chardalyn from around the town to build their dragon out of, and he had asked you to investigate this and found out what had happened. And then were involved in capturing the Dwergar base in East Haven, where Toot met his unfortunate and untimely end. When he sees Toot's not with you, he says, "But I see you're." I don't think he was aware of what had happened. I see your feathered friend is no longer here with us. And he can tell by the look on your faces that it's bad. And he says, "Oh, I can't remember if he would know or not. Because I just don't remember from those episodes. I am sorry. Is there anything that I may do?" Well, I have lost my own friends in combat before. I was once an adventurer myself. But come, we shall have drinks.
In honor of Toot, for whom this crew is named.
He leads you to the Hook, Line, and Sinker, local tavern. People are kind of quietly sitting about drinking. And he says, "So, regale me with your tales. Drinks are upon me." And Trovis orders you all around.
Leonard is going to get up and because Trovis brought it up, and because we're here, Leonard is going to get up and recite one of Toot's pieces to the best of his recollection.
Is this like Data trying to learn comedy in Star Trek?
Yeah, it's not going to be great, but it's the thought that counts.
Trovis kind of applauds a little bit, and he comes to you, Leonard, and he says, "Do tell me, what became of our friend and former companion?"
He got turned to stone and ended up at the bottom of a lake.
I
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he might.
That's the short version.
Dead.
Exactly. So, alas.
But does anybody remember where he is? Because
oh my god!
I mean, maybe he's not dead, but we got a lot of backtracking to do.
No one like marked it on the map.
Yeah, I'm not sure anybody put out one of those highway crosses when we left.
That is unfortunate.
Just kind of put a flag out there.
Much like no one put out anything for my undead friend when
that was your responsibility. So put a collar on him.
He says, Trovis says, so he is in Lackdinshmere, eh? At East Haven. What happened? How did he be turned to stone?
Basilisks.
I was trying to think. I was like, what are they called?
How did basilisks come to be on Lackdinshmere?
That is a good question.
It was in a boat.
On a boat.
On the
what
water.
Boat?
What boat?
I don't know.
Oh my god! You didn't tell us there'd be a test.
You recall you were on the East Haven ferry, where the Sunblight clan had set up their base in East Haven.
Are you trying to distract us and get us back there? Are you trying to set out a side quest? Because we are completionists. And
no. This is literally just like
over.
No. I'm sorry. Listen,
goal
pause.
Now. Rescue Toot.
All right, pause. This is literally just. This is who is in this city. This is nothing to do with the ongoing quest. You stopped in this city to make provisions. This is who is there, and this is what he is thinking and feeling at this time. Has absolutely nothing to do with anything. You can totally ignore. Like this is a world, and I'm talking about like what characters are in what towns. This is who is there, and this is his feelings.
I'm just gonna look at him and go, no, I don't think it was East Haven, and I'm gonna go back to my drink.
Okay.
That doesn't sound right to me.
Yeah. Very, very well. Well, what can I do for all of you? What brings you back to Kerkoning?
I'm gonna, when we were last, did we leave from Kerkoning the last time?
You left from Kerkoning heading towards Kelvin's Cairn.
Because didn't we hire?
You did.
Midas Blackburn, the adventurer guy.
You did. You did. You hired an adventurer. It wasn't Midas Blackburn, but you did. You went to a place called Frozen Fars Expeditions, and there were a couple of people there. There was Jathara and Artemis, and you had hired a guide. Yes. To climb the mountain out of Frozen Fars Expeditions.
It may be prudent to do that again this time, and I'll sort of let what's his face, the speaker, know that we're planning to find the entrance to the Ragged Glacier.
To the Ragged Glacier entrance. I've never heard of anyone entering. And the guide you hired was Atnas Swift.
Yes. That's the guy. That's Midas Blackburn. But he was really great in getting us all the way up, surviving. Like we
he
lived.
actually survived up the mountain. He did. And I can't recall if he survived.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Boy, I should have gone back and listened to some old episodes because I can't remember if you let him die or not.
I'll let the speaker know that we just need to get outfitted.
Well, he says, well, if there is another expedition you are on, then I will arrange for your outfitting, whatever you need. The good citizens of Kerkoning will pay for whatever provisions you all need in your quest forward, heroes.
Oh, that's very kind. That's exceedingly kind.
Go speak to the folks at FANFARE's expeditions, and they can arrange whatever it is you need. You've done great service for the people of Kerkoning. It is the least we can do.
I think that's going to be at least my ideal next stop.
Okay. You guys, anything else? Stopping for the night?
Yep, sounds good.
All right. You were all able to take a long rest. If you've not marked it already, you can mark a long rest. As you were unmolested through the evening at the inn, able to stay at the inn called the Northern Light. The two sisters that run the establishment, the Sherard sisters, they thank you for returning the Northern Light that was found in the Dwergar Keep, made out of chatelaine crystal that hangs above the door. And Trovis arranges for room and board for you without cost.
That's awesome.
The next day, you're able to make your way to FANFARE's expeditions, where they ask you what sort of outfitting you will require for this journey.
I'm thinking, like, we're going to be gone for who knows how long, who knows how deep, facing who knows what. Like, I need to be heavily outfitted. I want to be, like, almost encumbered.
They simply ask you, we have it on Trovis's good credit to outfit you to the best of our ability. And the man at FANFARE's, who you don't recognize, says, we will provide you what we have, the best that we have, but what is it you require? We don't have everything. Valiant estimates that from where you are to where you're going is about 50 or so odd miles of tundra to cross.
Okay, so we need a 50-mile overland trek, and then, like, equipment to explore an under ice city.
Just name what you need.
Explosives.
He looks at you and says, we have 1 pack of exploding powders. Supplies of such things have run short. The dwarves in the Dwarven Vale, they do not share. They keep all of their explosive powders to themselves. We have some trade with them, but as things have grown scarce, they are stingy. So you have essentially 1 use of exploding powders. Kenny Murray, you can mark that. You don't know how strong or how powerful it is.
No, but that's fine. I'll take it. I'll figure out a time to use it.
Or blow yourself up. Trying.
Or both.
Okay. So you've got that. Does anybody else have any special requests for their outfitting for such a task? Everyone be sure to pee now. We're not stopping on the way.
We probably all need rations because I think we ran that pretty low.
Mm-hmm. It's a good idea. They're able to outfit you with at least a week's worth of rations in terms of like hardtack and jerky. So you each have a week's worth of rations provided for you. You may have to find food after a week, but I don't like to run this game playing like super survival mode for like you're starving. Now hunt rabbits. It's just not fun. So
no, and I just want to be like, I want enough supplies so that if I get in a situation, like what I want is a nebulous pack of exploring supplies. So if I'm like, gee, it'd be swell if I had 200 feet of rope. It's like, oh,
yeah. You don't have infinite rope. They can give you, we're going to say 50-foot hempen rope or 50-foot silken rope, whichever you'd prefer. So, yeah, you can each get 50 foot of rope, pickaxes,
and
pythons,
climbing gear. You know, we did all the ice axes and snowshoes and all
crampons.
That stuff the first time up.
Yeah. You're
do we
outfitted.
Still have that, or do we have?
No. That's all gone. But they can re-outfit you with crampons and those sorts of things. So, all right. So
and then I want to see if anybody's at Freddy Fazbear's Adventure Emporium so that we can get somebody to help us up the mountain.
Well, that's where you are now, and
wait, this is the expeditions.
Yep, Outfitters and Expeditions. Frozen Forest Expeditions. I can bring you to the map if you like.
Well, I just wanted to know if the guy was still alive and could help us up the mountain or help us to the entrance.
They tell you that there's not really a guide that's familiar with where you're going. They lead expeditions up to the mountain all the time, but just out into the barbarian territories, past the Dwarven Valley, they don't know.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I just sort of assumed they'd have somebody, but they probably don't get up that way much. Maybe we can find like a surly barbarian.
Nobody takes expeditions just out into the middle of nowhere.
Maybe we can find like a surly barbarian drinking in the bar or something.
Maybe. Just a barbarian. There's a couple of surly dwarves in there.
Because the barbarian tribes of the tundra are the ones
they don't tend to go to the cities. The barbarian tribes of the tundra are usually fairly hostile. And they kind of keep to their tribal selves.
All right, I'll keep workshopping it.
Although you've had encounters with them recently.
We did have that person who went crazy.
Yeah, they tell you, unfortunately, no guides really available to like take you to where you want to go. But they outfit you, so you all can mark that you're well outfitted now. You have winter gear. You all have rope, pickaxes, pythons, jerky, etc.
Like normal expeditioning stuff.
Yep. They're willing to sell you dogs and dog sleds, but they tell you that they don't have enough to just give those away, despite whatever Trovis has told them. I'm sorry.
No.
It's too valuable.
Given our track record.
Dogs are rare and valuable. We cannot simply give them away. But they will sell dogs.
In just my opinion, I know we don't have great luck with them, but they would help.
They would make it quicker. I just can't take responsibility for them this time. That's my only thing.
So if you guys recall,
and don't trust Cantrell with it either.
If you guys recall how we did the hex march across to when you guys marched all the way over to the prison, Revel's End. Basically, each hex has a certain percentage chance of a random encounter, and you can move so many X's per day, sort of thing. That's how this works.
Oh, is this like expedition mode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like each hex has a certain percentage chance of a random encounter. You can basically move 4 hexes a day. Each hex that you cross has a % chance of a random encounter. If you randomly get it, you get a random encounter in that hex. I have a table of what the random encounters are out in the wilderness. You could make your way there with absolutely 0 random encounters at all, period. At nighttime, there are also 4 chances for random encounters because there are 4 periods in the night. So each time you rest, you take 4 more random encounter chances, and you stay still. Does that make sense? You're outfitted. I'll move you to the map.
I had something I was going to get.
Yeah, go ahead. Whatever you want to. Listen, I'm giving you guys the opportunity to tell me what you're stocking up with. Don't tell me later, oh yeah, I bought that. Because if you say it now, you've got it. And if you don't say it, you don't have it.
So when it comes to material, I feel pretty good, but I sort of awkwardly come up to the counter and say, I would really like the highest capacity water skin you have. What do you have in inventory?
I could cut you 3 open and sew them together.
Could you do 4?
Might leak a bit. We could
No,
cover it.
I
We could cover it.
Chip.
But listen. We could cover it in whale blubber. It would probably hold.
Whatever it would take. I've got some good money for you. As a matter of fact, if you could do 4 water skins together, that would be great.
Hold on. What on earth are you carrying?
You put that on wheels.
Okay.
Sled.
You want 4 water skins?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. You have 6. Holy cow. This thing holds 2.5 gallons.
That will do as a start.
16 pints is 4 water skins sewn together. So it holds 2.5 gallons and it weighs 16 pounds for you to carry.
I'm a dwarf. I'm sure. Hopefully I can manage it.
You've got 2 milk jugs worth of like water skin that you're hauling around with all your weapons and crap.
Okay? What about like? No, never mind. I was thinking like big barrels of water, but I think those would just freeze.
They have some barrels. They're full of like other stuff right now, but they'd empty them out and sell them to you or give them to you.
Well, what do they have barrels of? Just
mostly like provisions, like
they get a barrel of fish.
One is full of salt. Yeah, another one is full of salted fish, etc. I guess we could empty it out and sell you a barrel if you want to carry a barrel around. That's a little weird, but who am I to judge?
Here's what I'm thinking. We get some dogs in a sled, like a cargo sled.
Yeah.
We load some barrels of provisions on it, like a barrel of salted fish.
Yeah.
And then we eat that on the way out there. We fill it up with ice. Leonard does his little 98.6 degree mojo ball, turns that ice into water.
And then you got a barrel of water.
And then got a barrel of water.
I mean, 98-degree water in this cold is going to be like a hot tub.
So
I think that would be awesome. Us riding around in a hot tub.
So you buy a spa, a mobile spa on dog. Here's the deal. If you walk, you can cross so many hexes. If you buy dogs and dog sleds, you're going to be able to cross more hexes per day. But they're going to cost you money. And right now they're not cheap.
I would be down with throwing in a good bit of money.
Yeah, same. This can just be a gold sink.
Okay. The normal cost for a dog is 60 gold per dog. Right now, because basically all of the dogs are dying and they actually
Totally not our fault.
Yeah, the current cost is 300 gold per dog. You're going to need at least like 6 dogs to pull.
Are they healthy? Like less likely to die?
You have not inspected them. So the total cost is going to be close to 2,000 gold for one sled.
Okay. I don't know how much gold everybody else has, but somehow Harkus has quite a bit. So
2,000 gold.
I got 500.
More than that. What does everybody else have?
I got 500.
I've got like 316.
I'm reserving my gold because I'm what I need is probably going to absorb most of it.
What are you buying?
I've got to make a trip to the bar.
Are
you buying a keg of whiskey?
Yes, I've begun to get twitchy, and I just need a little just a little nightcap times 8 million. It'll all be fine. I don't have a problem. You have a problem. Why are you asking me about it?
How's Granigut's gonna get his drink
you look
on
kind
out
of
there?
Sweaty. Kind of sweaty.
Yeah.
And so Granigut spends all of his money on booze.
I totally don't have a problem. He says as he sloshes around gallons.
Valian comes up to you and looks at you and she's like, "Do you want me to cast Greater Restoration on you?" And you just say, "I'm fine."
It's like, I certainly do not want Greater Restoration.
That would be handy. It would be cheaper than buying all this booze. I haven't normally felt this way, but I just have an itch all of a sudden.
All right. So you buy a thing of booze. Are the rest of you pooling money for 2,000 gold to buy a dog sled?
Yeah, I'm probably going to try to haggle on the dog sled.
Okay, haggle away.
Okay,
give me your best haggle.
I think. Let me see.
And then I'll set the DC for the persuasion check based on how well you haggle.
It seems to me like I have advantage on intimidation checks.
Oh, then Harkus can haggle / demand.
Okay, Harkus, give me your intimidation first.
I mean, really, if they don't give it to us, it could be the world. Like, this is for all the marbles.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's not gone well when we've asked for dogs before. Just say.
We asked very nicely for dogs before, and that ended terribly.
Yeah.
All right, Harkus, how are you?
Oh no, I have proficiency in intimidation, not advantage.
All right, so you add your proficiency bonus to it, so that's good. Okay. So if you're going to try intimidating them, you can roll intimidation and tell me what you say to the shopkeeper when he's
I'm basically going to say just that, which is that we're not on just some routine joyride out in the middle of the tundra with some dogs. We're trying to save their lives and rid this world of this never-ending winter, and it would behoove him to let us have the dogs, and if not have the dogs, then give them to us at a bargain price.
Roll intimidation if you're intimidating him.
That doesn't sound intimidating. That seems educational.
Okay. He looks a little bit fearful at you as you sort of say, "Let us have them at a bargain price."
Help us help you.
Now, whoever is doing the bargaining now, Leonard, you can roll persuasion and tell me what your bargaining price is. He says 2,000 for 6 dogs. That is 5 times the normal price, plus a couple hundred for the sled. What are you willing to pay, Leonard?
And
he is intimidated by you now, so this sets the DC of your persuasion.
Okay, then I'm going to try to persuade him that, like,
now, like, let me put it this way. If you're like free DC 30, if you're like half off DC something less than 30, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like, depends on what you haggle for. Also sets the difficulty here.
Like, I want him to be fairly compensated. I don't want to take stuff away from him, and I realize it's hard times. Like, I don't mind paying the world is ending premium, because if I don't spend it.
So what do you set the what do you bargain for? What are you saying?
What I'm thinking is, like, and because I'm not just using my money, like, what about 700 gold?
700 gold, so less than half.
What if he offers him 700 and I throw in my laser pistol?
Ooh, okay. You show him how the laser pistol works?
Yes.
Okay. Roll persuasion.
Me or Leonard?
Leonard.
Okay.
I mean, for a laser pistol, this ought to be like...
Somebody else want to do this? I got a +0. Can I investigate?
You're doing it. You offered 700. You didn't have to step up.
Oh, God.
He looks at you and says,
What if I fire the laser pistol? Does that help?
Yeah. He says, I tell you what. 1,000 and the pistol, and it's yours. With a 4. That's what you get.
I've got 505 gold, and I'll put most of that toward it. Like, I don't care. I just need somebody to.
All right, I'll put the 1,000 gold in there.
Okay. All right.
How much you got laying around, Farkas?
A lot.
You selling pelts behind our backs, collecting cash.
He turns over the dogs to you. You have a dog sled and 6 dogs. And you're -1 laser pistol, which he looks at and is like, I could sell this for 3,000 gold.
Well, probably not with 1 charge left.
Haha, so stupid.
Oh, all the charges are gone from it?
Now it's a paperweight.
There were 2 left, and I just fired one of them.
You can offer to sell him the battery pack for $2,000.
Yeah, right.
It has to be charged up on the alien spacecraft.
For now.
All right.
I've removed my laser pistol.
You guys have dog sleds. You're provisioned. Are you heading out?
I feel like this is what chaotic evil feels like.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I don't think Leonard has any preparations now that I spent all my gold. But if somebody wanted to pick up, I don't know, potions or...
I was about to say, are there potions of healing in this joint?
There are. There's not exotic potions, but there are potions of healing.
Okay.
There's a local... They have 10 total potions of healing on the shelves. Okay. The potions of healing are the standard 50 gold each price, unless you're going to haggle on those. He is still intimidated, so somebody can try to haggle that price and roll persuasion on it.
Are they cherry or strawberry?
They are boysenberry.
I'll give him 350 for all 10.
Okay, roll persuasion.
Plan on sharing some of those.
He's intimidated by you.
Nice.
Yeah, he'll take him for 350 with 18. The normal would be 500. He's intimidated by you. You say 350. He gives you 10 potions of healing. That's all they have on the shelves. Pretty good deal. That's 35 gold per healing potion.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you have potions of healing. They have a couple of other random potions on the shelves, but nothing super duper exotic.
So what are the other potions?
Oh, let me look. I have a handy dandy table for this kind of thing. They got a potion of animal friendship. They've got a potion of cold resistance.
Cold resistance.
Yep, potion of cold resistance. They got 2 of those.
So I'll be warm forever.
No, you'll be resistant to cold damage for the duration of the potion.
Bummer.
Yeah, mostly they're sort of centered around like things that people on like the farm and stuff in this world would need. So there's like animal friendship. There's like potion of like vitality and strength and stuff, you know. Not potion of strength exactly, but you get the point. There's a potion of water breathing. Potion of water breathing, potion of cold resistance, potion of animal friendship. That's what I got here, written down here.
So how much would it be for the 2 cold resistance and 1 animal friendship?
A cold resistance potion is 100 gold each. Basically, for these levels of potions, they're 100 gold each.
100 gold each. Since he's intimidated right now, I'm gonna offer to trade a pearl that I have for all 3 of those.
For all 3. Okay, roll persuasion. Pearl for 300 gold.
Oh, it didn't carry over. But I rolled a natural 1.
Yeah, he says the pearl, and he'll give you 100 gold for the pearl. The pearl and 200.
I'll do that.
Okay. All right, so you've got him. Anything else before I begin the trek forth?
Does he have a potion of dispel alcoholism before I tank up at the bar?
He looks at you and he says, "Why would you wish to dispel this?
Because it's
This is great.
expensive.
This is great gift."
I have journeyed long and productively without being an alcoholic so far.
He says, "You'll need mighty cleric."
Well, I don't suppose you have one on a shelf somewhere, do you? Like an elf on a shelf, but with a cleric.
But like high level cleric on a shelf?
Right.
No.
No. Fine.
What rhymes with cleric? Nothing that I can think of. Cleric on a derrick.
Then I guess
All right.
I will I guess I will mosey to the bar after we're done here.
Okay. You go get your drink on.
How much does
you
that cost me?
Or the keg of what kind of alcohol are you buying?
Let's see. I have $480.
For a whole keg of alcohol?
Yeah, how far will that get me?
Yeah, a long way. They'll give you the whole keg alcohol for, I don't know, 100 gold.
Okay, and we have a sled, right?
Yep.
Okay, I tell him to use one of the kegs to fill up my kegger satchel.
Yep.
And then I buy 3 more. And then I just bang down 400 gold on the counter.
Don't forget a straw.
Oh, that's a good point. And a really long straw, please.
Okay, you have it.
All right. I'm gonna need some help rolling these kegs out.
Okay. They help you.
Okay, sweet.
All right, you're loaded up. Does anybody else have anything else that they want to do or ask anyone about? You guys have found random crap along the road. You know, some of you have things you haven't necessarily identified and stuff. Does anybody have anything else before we leave?
Well, I know I guess it was last time I was here since I've been gone a few weeks. I have this vial of white viscous substance.
Yeah.
Is there anyone here that can tell me what that is?
You could ask.
Ask who?
You could either ask Valian, or you could ask the shopkeep, or you could, I guess the provisions guys might know. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll ask them to check it
Roll
out.
a d20. Just give me a straight up d20 roll. You could cast Identify if anybody has the ability to cast Identify. 18. Luck is on your side.
Yay.
That was a luck roll. Less than 10, they know what it is, or they don't know what it is. Greater than 10, they do. The shopkeep looks at that and he says, "I've not seen such a thing in quite some time. You haven't drank any of it, have you?"
No.
Oh, that is good.
Not yet.
So, no, don't. This is no potion, my lady. This is what you have found here is a vial of what we call sovereign glue.
Oh.
Have you never heard of sovereign glue?
Mm.
Well, sovereign glue can form a permanent adhesive bond between any two objects. The jar that it's in here is coated with oil of slipperiness. It's the only way it can be in a jar. It takes about a minute for it to set, and once it does, well, the only thing that can break the bond between those two things is a wish spell. Imagine you have one thing and another thing, and you want those two things to be next to each other for the rest of forever. And I mean forever. Lest a powerful wizard cast a 9th level spell to break it. You gotta hold them together for a minute. But if you do, those two things are never coming apart.
Cool.
So, well, I mean, you could put oil of etherealness or universal solvent on it. That will dissolve it. But outside of those two things.
Like nail polish remover?
Yeah, basically. It's super glue. Don't need it. But it's really powerful. Really powerful D&D super glue. Does anybody have anything else?
Make sure I don't have anything else I need identifying.
Leonard is ready to hit the road whenever.
All right.
I'm good.
Okay. You guys head out. I'll take you to the map. Well, evening comes. Or what are you guys doing? Are you setting watches or just going to bed in the hotel? Because it'll be next day. You're outfitted now. So.
Do we still get room and board for free?
Yeah.
All right.
Your night last night was uneventful. Are you just go to bed? Or are you like being super cautious, or just like you're in a friendly city where they're paying your room and board and just go to bed? Or are you like watching for secret enemies? I'm just curious what everybody would do. That's all.
I think Leonard's just going to bed.
Going to bed. Anybody else?
I'm going to conk out.
Going once, going twice. 3 times.
As much rest as we can.
All right. The night is uneventful. You don't set any watches. It goes by easily. The next day comes and you're ready to set out. And I will now take you to the map. Sorry, I had to give you the option. It was important. Ha ha ha. What you don't know is that what you didn't notice, because you didn't set watches, was that.
The dogs are all dead.
Oh, that
Shut
would
your
make
mouth.
that would be a thing that would make me wish we had done that differently.
Assassins have
All right,
slipped in.
rewind.
You find the dogs are all frozen statues.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just kidding. No. The dogs are fine. You're ready to head out. Okay. On foot, you're able to cross 4 hexes at once per day. On dog sleds, you can do twice that. You're able to cross 8 hexes per day. Each hex still is a random encounter chance. So we've got 8 chances here. We're able to cross 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Basically able to make it there. That's like a third of the way there in one day. And there are 8 d20 rolls. I'm just going to do this on my phone. Eight d20. Okay. And your way is clear. Pretty much no random encounters along the way. The evening comes. And what are you guys doing for the evening? You're in the middle of the frozen tundra.
Definitely setting watches this go round.
It was uneventful last time. I mean, it's up to y'all. Are you getting out your tower?
Yeah, I think it makes sense to get out the tower this time around.
Sure.
Because
Putting the
we
dogs
still have we fully resolved the psychic screaming lady? Just thinking about things that had like Yatara's.
Oh, yes. The Frostmaiden that was attacking Yatara. He realized that was the visage of the Frostmaiden herself.
Oh, okay.
That Yatara has seen, because he's recognized as the woman from when he encountered that woman.
Okay, so that's the Frostmaiden. That's not a separate thing waiting to ambush us.
Nope, the Frostmaiden. Yep. But you haven't heard from her in a while. Other than when you beat her up. Literally.
Yeah.
So setting
right.
watches in your tower
Yeah.
or going to bed?
Definitely setting watches. Well, I am definitely taking a watch shift.
Who's got first watch?
Take
I'll
first
take
watch.
Cadillac has first watch.
Well, and can we bring the dogs inside?
Yeah.
Not on the rug.
Cadillac, how are you taking first watch? What are you doing?
So I am actually going to be out on the parapet again because it is steaming hot in here as far as I'm concerned.
Like a husky just laying out there.
That's right. It's just me and my overheating problem and 18 gallons of booze.
Yeah, somebody says maybe you
on
should not
watch.
drink. Maybe you shouldn't drink so much. The heating problem would get better. Cadillac, then roll me perception, please.
Okay. Bam.
Cadillac, on the edge of your vision, just on the edge, through blowing wind and snow, you catch a glint of something. Like the light of the setting sun ever so briefly catches something that kind of sort of like reflects it. And you see kind of like a light shine at you, and then it's gone. You know what I'm talking about? Like how if somebody mirrored a light at you, like you got a mirror flash or something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's just maybe something like that, and it's on the edge of your vision on the like distance from the direction that you had come previously.
So I cast Find Steed if I can.
You're on a roof.
Can I directionally cast it? Or do I have to? Okay, so I guess that's a good point. So, am I able to go down and get outside
Yeah.
onto ground level without disturbing anybody?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, then I sort of climb down off the parapet and then go down through the tower and then go out the front door, and then I cast Find Steed to manifest one of my llamas.
Okay, a llama appears.
And then, if I remember correctly, I can actually engage with my steed, right?
Sure.
Okay. I ask the steed if it will go in the direction that I see the glinting light, and I ask it if it can run in that direction and see if it can find anything, and then report back here.
Okay, hang on. Let me look at the Find Steed spell, because I don't know what the level of this connection is. An unusually intelligent, strong, loyal steed with a bond from it.
Okay, that sounds like Lassie.
It sure does. And it's got an intelligence of 6 too.
Okay, intelligence of 6. You can communicate with it telepathically, meaning I think you can tell it to like go, come, and I guess yeah, we're gonna imagine that you're able to communicate it like you could a smart dog.
Right. And
not
then,
like it's not like this steed appears and it's like, "Good day, sir.
right.
I, Sir Galahad, will be your spy."
Okay, so and then I give it and I say, okay, when you come back, I want you to clop twice for bad and clop once for good.
Okay, it runs out there and it comes back. And it comes back and it looks at you and it kind of turns its head quizzically. And if a steed could like, he does this.
Hmm.
Flop 0 times for neutral.
Clop 0. Okay, so basically
it doesn't know how to answer that.
Maybe
Okay,
he just didn't understand the instructions. He's not clopping.
No, I
okay,
mean
so
like good. What is good? Like I found the good fairy. It gave me a treat. Clop. Or I found a devil. It bad. It tried to hurt me. Clop clop. If it say just found like a dwarf that is like coming out of the veil to like carry his goods down to Caer Konig to sell, he's like, is this good? Is this bad? I don't know.
okay. Well, but okay, so but you did make it and you did see something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was it a creature like you? Okay. At the risk of spending the whole night playing 80 questions, I'll just leave it at that and pat him and give him some hay and a drink of booze.
Okay. Is that all you're gonna do?
I think so.
Okay, your shift ends.
And whoever comes next, I tell them that about what I've seen in the direction.
You saw a glint of light. You sent your steed out. It didn't know what it found. It found something you intuited, but it wasn't a creature, and it doesn't know if it's good, bad, or neutral or what.
Right.
And that's all you figured out, right?
Correct. And then me and my booze go to bed.
Okay.
I'll take the second watch.
Okay. Your watch goes by uneventfully, unless you're going to go investigate what Cadillac did not.
No.
Okay, who's got third watch?
I will.
Okay. Your watch is also uneventful unless you're going to go investigate what Cadillac did not.
Nope.
And who has fourth watch?
Leonard has fourth watch.
Leonard, roll me perception, please.
Beep, beep, boop, boop. Perception.
Leonard, you don't perceive anything. Your watch passes without event. Unless you're going to go investigate what Cadillac did not.
I'm gonna only if I can. Nope, I'm gonna walk the parapets. I'm not. I've already disappeared once. Leaving. I'm not leaving.
I don't blame you. No. Yeah. Okie doke. Yeah, you perceive nothing. The night is empty. Next day comes, and you guys are all ready to set out on your dog trail. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be a 3-day journey to get here with dogs. Would have been a 6-day journey without. Okay, I have 8 more random encounter chances. All right. These are the rolls. 8, 8, 13, 8, 9, 7, 6, 9. None of those are random encounter rolls. So yeah, no random encounters have happened. Nighttime again. Same drill. Why do I have the tavern music still up? This is not what I need.
It's because Cadillac brought the kegs with us.
Yeah,
That's right.
Cadillac is the party.
We brought the tavern to us.
Yeah, okay. There we go. That's more walking through the snow. Nighttime has arrived. And are you setting watches again?
I'll take a watch.
And who has number 1? Is it Cadillac again?
I'll take it.
Argus, you're number 1. Who's number 2?
I'll be number 2.
I'll do
All right,
number 3.
Cadillac's 3. Who's 4?
Leonard will take 4.
All right. Watch number 1. Roll perception, please. Okay. Your watch passes without event. Who's got number 2?
I had number 2.
Number 2. All right. Watch passes without event. Who's got number 3?
I had 3.
Number 3. Roll perception, please. You're on the parapets walking around?
Yes.
Cadillac. You don't perceive anything. Watch passes without event. And who is number 4?
Leonard.
Leonard. Roll perception, please, Leonard. Leonard. As you're walking the parapets, you notice you are in the middle of nowhere. There is not civilization for 30 miles of anywhere. For a half moment, you notice a faint orange glow at the edge of your peripheral vision in some direction. As if a light appeared for just a moment and then was gone.
And what's it look like in that direction?
Dark and snow and like tundra.
But like when it was light,
Hills.
when we set up camp, I didn't see like a watchtower or
No, nothing. Just endless nothing out here. There's hills, almost no trees. There's hills and rocks and snow and ice and like dunes of snow, basically.
Do you have any gauge for how far away I think the light was?
Roll insight.
Roll insight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, probably not.
couple 100 yards, maybe.
You remember how you said that you would let me use my robot as a surveillance robot?
Sure.
If I gave up one of my infusions?
Yeah.
Well, since Leonard takes the full rest at 6 hours, I'm going to do that as I start my last watch.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I'm going to send it in the direction of the light to report back.
Okay. Your robot flies over, and how close down? Do you have telepathic communication with the robot, or do you have to get it back?
So that's the thing that we haven't ironed out, because this isn't in the book. This is whatever you will allow me to have with the robot.
It's not in the book.
Because out of the box, there's no communication with it. So it may just be a upload download thing. I don't think I can artifice my way into telepathy.
Yeah, I think that you would have to have some sort of. I don't think, because we played it where when it was with the Yetis, you didn't have you fired kind of blindly into there, you didn't have vision.
I've never used it like this, but
remember when you murdered the child Yeti? You didn't
Yeah.
have vision. You just sort of fired into there and then murdered a child Yeti because you couldn't see through it.
Mm-hmm.
But you knew there were enemies in there, so you sent it out there and then you blasted. So I'm going to say no, you don't have vision.
That's fine. I think.
Okay, Leonard, this is what happens then. As you were watching where you sent the drone out, there is suddenly a flash of light, very briefly, and the drone doesn't return.
Okay, so the drone was flying. Was the flash of light from the ground or from the air?
Flash of light was, you can't tell. It's so far away that the ground and air sort of merged.
No, that's fine.
There was a flash of light in that direction, and the drone doesn't ever return back to you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna shut down for the next 2 hours then, and let everybody know what happened.
All right, last watch is up. The rest of your night is uneventful, Leonard. Who's up last?
Oh, I was last.
Oh, you were last? Okay. The morning comes. And you tell everybody what happens when it happened. You saw a little light out there. You sent your drone out, and it never returned. And there was a flash. All you know is that there's nothing out here. When you wake up in the morning and you look, there's nothing out there.
So I don't see where that could have come from.
All you see is nothing out there.
All right.
Do you think we should go investigate, Leonard? Are you worried about your exploded drone?
No, I mean, I'll just build a new one. But I'm worried about what exploded our drone.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we could range in that direction.
Roll insight, Leonard. This is the opposite direction from which you were headed. You'll be backtracking to head that way.
Are we being followed? Oh. Can anybody turn invisible? Somebody can turn invisible, right?
I can, and a friend.
So I'm wondering if maybe we next time we sit down for the night, we build our little fortress, and then we have somebody hanging out inside the door, invisible. Wait, I guess the same thing would be somebody could be visible. You wouldn't have to be invisible to just wait for them. But I'm thinking, I don't know.
So I'm pretty sure that I can dance around out here in the tundra without any issues now, since I passed these tests. So if you could make me invisible, I could just hang back while y'all proceed down the trail, and then I can attempt to get a look at whatever may be following us, or at least a closer look, and then run back and report to y'all at camp. If y'all'd like me to, I'd be happy to try that. Assuming I can be made unvisible.
Invisibility doesn't last forever.
I would make it snappy.
Oh, that's a good point. Oh, I don't love this.
How not forever is it?
1 hour.
An hour.
Hmm. That's barely 3 bottles. Kind of like it's going to start having the worrying propensity of measuring things in alcohol bottles.
I mean, it's not funny, but it's kind of funny.
Hey, I tried to fix it.
The first step is admitting you have a problem.
Y'all, this Woodford Master's Keep is amazing.
Which, oh, it's the Master Distillers Collection?
Yeah. Master Distillers Collection. It's amazing.
Need to try that.
Yeah. You can have some, for sure.
Well, I could just try to keep a low profile and still hang back and see what I could see if y'all wanted me to. I'm happy to try that out.
You're going to make it to your destination today, this trip. This day.
So they're coming from behind. Whatever it was is behind us. So it's either trying to catch up with us or to corner us. I don't know. I at least want us to be aware of it.
Well, you've done better than expected by being aware. Up to y'all. The journey begins onwards.
As we're packing up, is there do we have any refuse or trash or anything we're sort of leaving behind as a part of our camp? Any pieces of like wood or anything?
Wood? No,
Yeah, probably.
There's no trees out here.
I want to try to write something as we leave.
Yeah, you can.
And put back.
What are you going to write?
I'm going to write in common, "We know you're there." And just sort of stake it out in the middle of the trail.
Okay.
I can just use my my ability that lets me etch on an object.
We know you're here.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could come of that?
They know that you know that they know that you know that they know.
That's right.
Okay. The next day comes. Are you hanging back or are you traveling along with the crew?
I'm traveling along with the crew.
Okay. On the dog sled, onward you go. The day passes without any random encounters. You arrive at the edge of the glacier. Looms in the distance like a mountain, hundreds of feet tall. There's water that is coursing down in a waterfall, landing at the base of the river stream that you've been following along the way. Sun is beginning to set in the distance. As you arrive here, Valian looks over at all of you and she says, "This is the moment. This is what we've come for. This is the place. This is where Valish's notes told us that we must recite the rime of the Frostmaiden and open the glacier. It must be read. Who shall recite it?" She looks over at you, Kellek, and she says, "You are blessed by Ariel. Her ice courses through your veins. I think it should be you."
Okay.
She hands you the tome. Tall, thin volume bound in ermine fur over seasoned boards of white pine and sealed with a clasp and lock of tarnished silver. The book, cold to the touch, doesn't really bother you. Pages in it within are of valium with silver gilt, and it's sewn together with leather, making quite a durable, strange, almost barbaric, tribal-ish book. Inside, you're able to turn to the poem, the rime of the Frostmaiden, where you're able to recite before you and Elvin.
So I guess I close my eyes and I've memorized this, and I put my hand up and I start reciting Ashnaj Darpatuk, Ashnaj Gimbatul, Ashnaj Tarmatuk.
I love it.
Maybe not that one. Maybe that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. And then I start doing the wrong one.
A low rumble appears. As the ice begins to crack and fall around all of you. And the glacier opens before you. The crevice behind the waterfall opens as the entire glacier moves side to side, opening up. Before you lies a path and a tunnel that appears to descend deep into the depths. The sun begins to set as you've said this, as the tunnel descends deep into darkness. Elian looks at all of you and says, "Well, the answers we seek lie below, I suppose. You've led us this far. Do we rest tonight, or do we head on?"
I vote we power on because we're here.
Agreed.
Okay.
That's what I was going to say.
This is where our hopes and dreams and nightmares have brought us.
Powering onwards, we begin to descend into the tunnels, into darkness. I'll take you to what you see. Just one moment. It's a huge map here. Yeah, okay, here we go. Alright, I wanted to make sure that I had you on the map. Before you, a path is cut deep down into this mountain of solid ice. there is now a passage way that is 100 feet high and 30 feet wide and 20 feet deep. And there's a tunnel at the back of this opening. Yeah, that descends deep down in. A natural staircase forms heading down further into the ice. Who leads the way? Professor Scott looks over it, or doesn't look over, but Valian is carrying him, and he says, "Ah, definitely the place. Netherese riches must lie below. Onward, fleshy mortals."
Since I am a little bit more robust against the elements these days, I'll be happy to go in the front. Because if I trigger anything, hopefully I'll be able to sort of take it in stride a bit better.
Okay. You can move your character token wherever you want to go. This is going to be one of those move your tokens. A tunnel barely wide enough for you to pass through descends deeper down into the ice Cadillac.
Can I tell anything about what made the tunnels?
It's almost natural, but there's a little bit of unnaturalness to it. It's hard to tell.
As in, can I tell the manner of unnatural, as in like creature versus dwarven, or
magical?
Magical.
Maybe. It's like a natural cave that has been, you can see, sort of expanded upon, perhaps.
Shaped, maybe.
Yeah. Possibly.
Okay. I sort of round the corner here.
I'm gonna follow Cadillac.
You see a chamber that the cave begins to sort of open up into.
How big are these cobwebs I'm seeing?
Large. As you pass through here, you come to a 30-foot high cavern, and in the center of there are the remains of a wooden ship hull resting on the floor of the cavern. Professor Scott says, "Oh, what a pleasure. This is a Netherese sky coach. I've always wanted to ride in one of these. They used to use them to ferry the Netherese from the ground to the floating cities in the sky. Pity it's no longer in one piece."
Very interesting. Do you think there would be relics, perhaps, in the hull here somewhere?
Possibly something interesting could be found.
Okay, I'll take a moment to do a quick investigation if I can.
Yeah, roll investigation. Ordella, where's your character? Oh, Ordella is not in her chair. All right, Cadillac, you wrench open the ship. It is coated with ice. The boards crack and pop and rend as you are sort of digging through it, looking for things. And as you do so, you make quite the noise. Floating around the corner, all of a sudden, you see a bright green light. It's coming around the corner. It's getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And before you know it, several floating things are swirling around you like birds or bats or something. But they are floating green. And to your horror, when your vision comes into view, you realize that they are not birds or bats or anything of the like, but they are floating skulls with green fire around them. And as one of them swirls around you, Cadillac, as you're sort of digging through this coach, it lets out a wail and in common says, "Intruders! Intruders!" And its eyes glow bright, and each one of its eyes blasts you with a fiery ray. 17 to hit and 22 to hit.
Both hit.
The first one does 13 fire damage, and the second one does 12 fire damage for 25 fire damage. And everybody roll initiative.
I'm sorry I set up the alarm. The burglar alarm.
The burglar alarm.
How was I to know it's still going to be active after all these years?
It's there for a reason. Don't fret. We know what we did.
You know what you did. The skulls are speaking. And they say, we, the great wizards of Netheril, do not take lightly to intruders.
My initiative was 2. I'm sorry I didn't make it into the tracker.
Okay. All right, Cadillac, you're at a 2. All right, this is going to be the one like combat here, and then we're going to wrap after this. One of the skulls is actually up first, and it blasts a fire ray at Harkus. 18 and a critical miss. Does 18 hit you, Harkus?
Yep.
All right. Harkus, you're hit for 5 fire damage. Leonard, you're up.
All right. Leonard. I'm going to hang on. Okay. This guy who is like right in front of me.
Yep.
I am going to firebolt. 12.
Is a miss.
Okay. All right, that's all I got.
Okay. It is this one's turn, and it's going to swing around wide over here. And it looks at Ordella and Yatara in that corner, and it opens its mouth and lets out a sickly laugh, just and then it starts to speak some words. And Ordella and Yatara, make me dexterity saving throws. Oh. Yatara, you save. Ordella, you fail. Ordella, you take 31 fire damage.
Wow.
As it opens its mouth and casts Fireball on top of the 2 of you. Yatara, you're going to take 16 fire damage. And Ordella, you're up.
Okay. Then I'm going to come up here and start smashing. Gonna get my great axe out. Yeah. And hit him.
That hits.
And then again.
Ow! That hits.
Okay, so 26 total.
Got it. Is your great axe magical?
It is not.
Okay. Arcus, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna, I guess, swing at the one that's right there next to me a couple times.
That hits. Okay. Okay. That is a hit. Okay.
And then, a flurry of blows in.
Okay. Hits. Hits. Okay. Still alive, but not looking great.
And okay.
All right. This one is up. It's on top of old Cadillac. What's it gonna do? Got like a 24 and a 20 to hit.
Oh yeah.
This does a total of 22 fire damage. Guitar, you're up.
All right, the one that's not looking great, I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray. I'm gonna shoot one at it first.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast this at 4th level, so there's gonna be a bunch of them.
Okay.
First one.
11 is a miss. That's a hit. All right, 8 damage. Okay. That's a hit. 5. Do you have one more? Cadillac, you're up. Oh, one more? You got one more? 15 is a hit. That does it. That killed that one. And Cadillac, you're up.
Okay, these things have taken just vast chunks out of me. I am going to go on the defense here. I'm going to cast Protection from Evil and Good to try to ward these things off.
Okay. All right. Protection from evil and good. Are you protecting yourself, basically?
I am 100% protecting myself, yeah. And since that's an action, I think that's all I'm really going to be able to do here.
Okay, these are undead. So, yeah, you have protection. All attacks against you are disadvantaged. You can't be charmed, possessed, etc. All right, Leonard.
All right. Leonard. I guess I'm going to try again. To hit the nearest one with a firebolt. And again with a 12. So that's
a miss. Yep. Anything else?
No.
Okay. It is the Flaming Skull's turn. This one has already cast his fireball for the day. So he's going to blast... Leonard, you have really high AC, don't you? Your
I do
robot. You do not.
No, my AC is 1-3.
Yeah. He casts fire rays at you, 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
A 22 to hit and a 9 to hit. So the 9 is a miss. It does 12 fire damage to you.
Alrighty.
Ordella, you're up.
Okay. This one over here. Hopefully smash. Oh, yes.
12 is a miss.
Okay.
That hits.
Yes. Sweet.
Okay.
Better than 0.
Better than 0. Harkus, you're up.
All right. I'm going to move over to this one and try to help my friend Cadillac out, who is not looking great. Nope.
That's a miss.
That one hits.
Yep. Okay.
And then I'm going to flurry of blows it.
Okay. Hits. Okay.
And then I guess my staff does bludgeoning damage, is that?
Yes.
So I have this sort of crusher thing that allows me to move at 5 feet. Do I do that? Do I need to do, just as a question?
Yeah.
If I want to do that, do I need to do that before the flurry of blows, or?
What crusher thing are you referring to?
So it says once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that deals bludgeoning damage, you can move it 5 feet to an unoccupied space, provided the target is no more than one size larger than you.
Nah. We're just gonna say you punch, and you can blast it 5 feet back.
Okay. So I'm just gonna push it back 5 feet.
And it blasts back 5 feet. It's its turn. And it laughs and backs up a little bit further up against the cave wall. In fact, up against a drop-off that's right there. And it casts Fireball centered on all of you. So, Cadillac, Harkus, Ordella, and Leonard all make dexterity saving throws.
Sounds bad.
This is how I die. Oh.
Bill, can I?
You're safe, Yutara. You stayed in the tunnel.
Yeah, but can
Cadillac.
I counterspell him from?
Yes, you
where
can
I am?
counterspell.
What's that?
You can counterspell.
I'm gonna counterspell.
Okay. Anything 3rd level or lower fails, is that right?
I'm pretty sure he's in range.
Yes. Yeah, you notice him open his mouth to cast Fireball, and the spell fails.
Yay.
As you counter it. The
Yay.
damage to Ordella, the damage that you just counterspelled would have been 32 points of damage to Cadillac, 32 points to Ordella. And Yutara, you're up now. He looks he mad. He big mad.
Big mad.
He
I
mad.
would be big mad too. I mean,
I'm gonna hit that.
Fireball.
Which one?
I'm gonna hit that one down there, the one that just cast Fireball.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw 3 magic missiles at it.
Okay.
Is it 3d4 plus 3?
It opens its mouth and counterspells you. And then goes...
Well, I have 3 more loaded up. Just because it did that, I'm going to throw the rest of the other 3 at him again.
Okay. Oh, shit! And then it explodes in a ball of green light after you do that. And then you fire 3 more, and he blows up in a ball of green light. Cadillac, you're up.
Okay, I am going to run up to this fiend right here, and I am going to do 2 melee attacks with Divine Smite.
Okay.
And so we'll see if those land. So, bam, bam.
Okay, Cadillac, what dope stuff do you have to say as you end this?
And stay down.
He explodes in a ball of fire.
Was that, did both of those attacks?
Yes. They both hit.
Which is to say, did it die on the first attack or both of them? Did it take both of them? Okay.
Took both. Cadillac, the room is quiet. And you turn back to the ship that you were opening up. And as you do, out of it, you find the frozen skeletons of 3 Netherese people that are draped in wizard robes. They are all 3 headless, missing their heads. But in addition, you find a 200-pound iron safe with a combination lock on it. It is written in Draconic script. Rolls out of the wreckage of this airship. What he described as a Netherese sky coach. Draconic combination locked safe appears next to the body of 3 headless Netherese wizards.
How awesome do those robes look, Jeff?
Badass.
I'm gonna walk up to where he is, and hand him a potion of greater healing.
Oh, thank you.
And then I'm gonna snag one of those sweet looking cloaks, because
yeah, you look like a Netheril wizard.
It looks to me a lot like a Netherese pelt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. And that, everyone, is where we will wrap it up for the evening. As you've descended into the caves below.
Cadillac, do you need another potion?
Yes, I do. I was about to empty out all of my lay on hands on myself.
That one didn't look like it went very well. So I'll give you another. So you got it's 4d4 plus 4, so you at least got 11. But there are a lot of snake eyes on there. So
hey, I'll take one if you got an extra. I'm about halfway.
Hey, I gave you guys all the options to gear up as much as possible. I assume you just left
all the health.
There
potions.
we go. That's better.
Yay!
This, ladies and gentlemen, is where we will end for the evening as you're descending into the caves below as you've cracked open.
How bad does Ordella look?
I'm about halfway. I would love to have something.
I'll give you a regular potion of healing.
You're so generous. Thank you. How many is that?
It's 2d4 plus 2.
So
You drink your potions, you're up. Press further onwards into the night, into the dark caves below. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we'll end it for the evening.
Okay.
Love it.
all right.
We'll see what happens next time when we return in a week to Rime and the Frostmaiden. We're approaching end game here, boys and girls.
Wow.
Getting closer and closer. Hope you guys had fun.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's already forgotten about who is following.
No, we just never knew.
Maybe they heard all that commotion and went, yeah, not worth it.
I suspect you'll
Why
find
didn't
out.
we say that a few times?
Oh, come on. I set up a Chekhov's.
into the cave.
Oh, come on. I set up a Chekhov's gun. You know we're going to use it. You didn't tell me you took the dogs in the cave. I assume the dogs are sitting outside.
Oh no, we've done it again.
Oh my God. No.
Is somebody
Wow.
running back to get
We
the
are
dogs?
so bad about it's like, oh my God, we forgot the dogs. We shouldn't be allowed to have animals.
That's what I said. I said that.
We could have conducted a science experiment and stored them in the castle before you
Let's
zooped it
not.
up.
Leonard can actually get behind
Ordella reopens the castle. There's a strange scent coming from it, and the walls have been redecorated red.
that. Oh dear.
With lots of fur.
Pelts.
See that yeah. Harkus
We
is
built
not
you a
feeling
pelt
terrible
factory.
about this for a couple of reasons. One, he feels like if they die, there are at least pelts, and
Oh
two,
my God.
and two, he traded basically a useless gun for the dogs. So
Well, as we close up the fortress, we hear, yeah.
There are worse ways to go, right? Because it happened all of a sudden.
I guess so.
I mean, if nothing else, we can ask the last dogs that we had.
Oh my God.
Good night, everybody.
Well, on that note,
We'll see you next week,
I
where
feel
we
like we're own Sarah Palin ad, like
oh my,
or Sarah McLaughlin. Like there's
Well, some
Sarah
Sarah somewhere.
there's a
Yeah,
there's a
it's a
Sarah
Sarah.
McLaughlin song playing in the background.
in the arms of the angel.
and the sad
And Sarah
dog
McLaughlin,
that
Sarah
we
McLaughlin
killed.
comes on, Sarah McLaughlin comes on and she says, "Don't give dogs to adventurers. Every day there is a helpless
Yeah.
dog out there that is given or purchased by an adventurer. They
Well,
die horrible, cruel deaths."
At the
Every
end of
year,
this
Please
dozens
episode,
of dogs
Please
are
roll
contribute.
adopted.
credits
Save the
with
dog.
pictures of our dogs that say "in loving memory
Yeah,
of these
Yeah.
sled dogs that we have killed along the way, and one zombie,
yeah.
and then Toot."
And then the dude.
Into the caves we descend. We'll see you guys next week to find out what happens next on Rime and the Frostmaiden.
And if
Good
we
night,
still have
everybody.
dogs,
We'll see you guys
Hopefully.
later.
bye.